Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a brow tutorial. So I usually go off camera and do my brows because I figure, people have seen me do brows in like earlier videos, or it's just, I don't know, for some reason I just thought it was kind of tedious for you to watch over and over the same way I did my brows. But then I started thinking about it and I'm like, maybe people don't know how to do their brows and they don't know all the products that are available to do their brows. So that is where this video comes in. So let's just jump into it. Obviously there's a couple products that you can use. So there are, that's not it. So there are brow pencils. So I have quite a few. So I have this one that came in, I think it came in an Ipsy bag or my BoxyCharm, but it's a MAC pencil, and you twist it. You see that little tip? So there's that kind of pencil. I got this pencil, again in an Ipsy bag or a BoxyCharm. I don't even remember what this one was called, and there's no name, but see, it's kind of got like this triangular tip to it. So I have that one, and then I have this little mini brow pencil, which I got this one in, again, in Ipsy. So see how the pencil, like, it's fatter that way. It's kind of like a marker. You know how sometimes they like the thin tip, and then they have the wider, like, I don't even know if I can get a good angle so you can see that for like the shape of it. I don't know. Anyway, so there's brow pencils, which I use a brow pencil more. I typically use a brow pencil, and I use my favorite one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. And that's the triangular brow pencil. So it looks like that. Same concept as the other one I just showed you. Well, both of them, the white and gold and the little pencil. But I think a lot of companies, I don't know who did it first. I don't know. And then it's got the spoolie brush at the other end. So that is my tried and true. That is what I typically do my brows with. I also have, and then I use the Essence Make Me Brow gel. So after I fill them in with the pencil, then I just go through with this gel mascara. And it's like a spoolie. And it just sets the hair. The hair is in place. Now, my eyebrows are obviously a lot thinner than they once were once upon a time in my younger days. And then I have the Brow Powder Duo by Anastasia. So you can do, and some people use eyeshadow, so it's more powder. You have to use a brush, obviously. So you can fill your brows in with a powder. I also got this in, gosh, I can't remember. Either Ipsy or BoxyCharm. It's called the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. Ooh. And it's got the different powders. So there's that. There's 3 different shades. There's other ones too. I know the Gwen Stefani one that came out with Urban Decay had like wax on the one side, so you could set your brows with the wax after you did them with the, I don't remember if it was gel or if it was powder. But that brings me to the Dip Brow Pomade, which I also have by Anastasia. There's the container. Let me show you the back of it. Focus. I don't know. And that's like a creamy gel-esque substance. And then I also have the Brow by Benefit, which is a gel, but I don't know. I've tried these. I have them in 2 different colors. I did 4 and 5, and it was like 4 was too light, and then 5 was too dark, and then, you know, once you start putting more and more product on, you know, it really builds up the brow, and I don't like, on me, I don't like a heavy brow, but I see a lot of people that sculpt their brows with those, and oh my gosh, it's beautiful, but just not my cup of tea for me. And then you can also use a clear brow gel after using the product, and again, that'll set it. This one was by Anastasia. So let's get to it. I'm gonna save the pencil for last, because at that point I think I'll have some of my face done. Right now I don't have anything on my face, obviously. So I will do, let's start with a powder so you can get an idea of how that works. So you can use, so there's a couple different ones. I have the Brow Gal pencil that came with the one powder I just showed you. It's got the spoolie on the end, but then it has this angled brush, and it's thin. So you want to use a thin brush, and then I have these 3 just angled brushes. And I like this one by Essence. I think it cost $1 at Ulta, but it's super thin. So let's get to it. I'm gonna zoom you all up in my face. Okay. So you're gonna use a powder or any, it doesn't matter what you're gonna use, you're gonna wanna brush your brow just to kind of get the hairs in the direction you want them to go. Sometimes I'll brush them down just so I can angle the top, and then I'll brush them back up. So for this purpose, I'm gonna brush them down. And I'm just gonna take this and just press the brush into it. Can you see that? I'm just gonna press the brush in. Okay, I'm gonna pick up that product. Like I said, I like to do the top. Try to make sure you guys can see that I'm not blocking. And you just start to sculpt out the shape of your brow. You can press it and that'll do your line. So see how I did a line up? And then you get a little more product. You press right there and brush down. And then you start to fill the brow in with the product. And then I'll brush my hairs up. And then I'll do the bottom. And then start to fill in. Keep picking up product as you need it. And usually go darker towards darker towards this portion of the eye. And then once you get into the front, you just get a little bit of product. So you can even brush some through to get it off. And then come into the front and just do light strokes upward. Because your brow's always lighter in the front, typically. So you can keep it light in the front. Brush it through. And the funny thing is, like, all of these products that I have by Anastasia, I have them, they're all in the same color, but you'll see, like this color, medium brown, and it's, I don't know, I feel like it's lighter than my brow itself compared to the medium brown pencil. So then after that, if you want, you can either take, once you have it to the desired darkness, you can keep applying it until you fill it in as much as you want. Brush it through to blend it, and then you can top over that with either, this is tinted, so this is brown. Oh, come on, focus. Why is it not? There we go. So this is Make Me Brow that I just showed you, and it's brownie brows. So it's colored. Whereas, the other one is a clear brow gel. So if you're using a darker, like the pomade, the more gel, you'll see that one's going to be darker. So I want to go in with a colored gel to put over top of that. I mean, you might want to. I just personally don't. I would go more with the clear brow gel, so I'm not adding more color to darken the brow. So then I just take this and I just brush it through the brow. And then real light in the front. Put the hairs in the direction that you want them. So obviously I don't have any other makeup on, so it's gonna look really funny. I think it looks funny when I have my brows done and no makeup or anything like that. Like, it comes together once you put the rest of your makeup on. So that is the powder. Jeez, I'm a little slow today. You know, I've had 3 cups of coffee and I have yet to finish a cup of coffee, because every time I've gotten a cup of coffee this morning, I've started doing something and I come back to it and it's cold, and I'm so anal with my coffee. I'm like such a brat. I'm like, it was not hot enough, and I don't want to heat it up because I have creamer in it, and then the creamer tastes yucky, I think, when I heat it up in the microwave. So I'm like, ew. So then I get another cup of coffee. I waste so much coffee. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's just terrible. So I'm not quite up to par yet this morning. Okay, so there's that one. So I'm going to clean my brow off and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm all cleaned off and probably all red by now. Let's see. Not too bad. So then the next one, I'm just gonna clean off that same brush I used, that Essence, because I really like that brush because it's super small. So it's super small. See, it's super tiny, so you can be super precise. And like I said, you see that? It's just an Essence brush. Like I said, I think it was $1. Here we go. So this is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and it's medium brown. So you'll see the difference between this and the powder. So with this, so I put my brush in and I wipe it just like that, and then I'll clean it off on the side. Just so I can get it nice and thin, but I have that product on the brush. So let's see here. So same thing. You could do the bottom of your brow first. I don't know, I just have a thing, I do the top of my brows first. I don't think it really matters. In this one, I just press along to get my shape. So I can give myself kind of a guideline. And then just keep going with that. So pick up a little product. And always start with a little bit of product. You can always add more. But if you go glopping that on your eye, it's gonna make a mess. You can get as much arch in there as you want. Again, you're just doing this to sculpt out the shape. So again, a little darker here, a little heavier, a little lighter in here. And then I'll brush that hair up and down to blend that in. A little more. So I feel you can get super precise with this more than the gel. And it dries. And then I'm not getting any more product, and I'm just gonna kind of go in the front. And just again, same technique. Lightly brush upward. And here I'm going across, but I'm kind of brushing up as well to get a little bit of blend in those spots. So crossed and then a little flick up just to get, like I said, an extra blend. See the difference with that? Like that is a super sculpted brow. But again, it's one, I did my arch very dramatic. You don't have to. You can definitely, like I said, do whatever you want, whatever shape you want it. And if you feel like you've messed up, you can take, like if I was like, oh my gosh, I have such a high arch right there, and I wanted to round out the top a little bit, I usually take a flat brush, and it's fairly thin. And you can take concealer, so like you can take your concealer and just get a little bit on the tip of that brush. And that's where you can go in and clean up your edges. So if I was like, ooh, honey, I could tone that down a bit. so I could tone it down. And then if you have any spots in here, that's where you'd go in and clean it up. If you got a little wide here on the end, on the tail, you can thin it out. So you can just cover it up with concealer, and then once you do your makeup, you're not gonna see it at all. I do find that when I do the pencil, if I make a mistake, I can actually take this brush dry. I don't even have to put concealer on it. I can still take this brush and clean up underneath with the pencil, and it goes away. I don't have to use the concealer. But when using the gel or the pomade, concealer works to cover it. But you can see the difference there. See how dramatic that one is compared to the other one? And you know, if I want, I could, let's see. You know, it just depends on the shape of your eye too. Some people would prefer to have this covered in, you know, across to here. That's just the shape of my eyebrow. Sometimes I put a little bit more stuff down here, but again, for purposes of this video, so what I'm showing you, it'd look different too when I have my makeup on. So hold that. I'm gonna go wash this off. I'm gonna do my face, and then I'm gonna do how I normally do my brows with the pencil. So I'll be right back. So I have my foundation on, and I put concealer on my eyes, and I've set my face. So set my face. I put powder on my eyes and concealer underneath. So I've set that. Piece of fuzz. So I use typically the pencil. Like I said, I'll brush through. I need a little trim. I need to trim my hairs. So I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So it's got the pencil at one end and the spoolie at the end. And I use medium brown. So what I'll do is I'll use the wider end and then just draw my line. I get a little more firm, so I start with really light pressure. See, to kind of get an idea of where I want to put the product. You give me an idea where I am, and then use a little more pressure to darken. And I like this just because the spoolie's on there, so then I can just flip it around, brush my hairs up, and get an idea of what my brow looks like. And I always look in a mirror closer, and then I'll look at a mirror further away, just to give me an idea. I'm a little happy with the tweezers right there. So it's kind of jacked up, so I have to wait for my eyebrow to grow back in right there. So it doesn't look quite so crazy. And sometimes I'll just lightly brush through, just again to get those hairs going where I want them. I'll keep working with it. And then I'll go to the front and I'll take the thinner tip and just real lightly fill them in upward. I need to do a little trim right there. The top. And then I'll take my Give Me Brow Gel Mascara. And I will lightly brush through the brow. And the nice thing is, this is just like, this is just like mascara. So if you make a mistake, you can just give it a second to dry a little bit, go in with a Q-tip and just wipe it right off. So that is how I do my brows. So you might be wondering, one, why I have so many brow products. It's because I was trying different things to see what worked better for me. And you know, when I got in with using the pencil, I was like, okay, maybe I'm just being lazy. You know, let me try something else, see what it looks like. And I did. So I have these products, you know, if I want to use them or I want to change things up. But I just find that on the day-to-day, I like the pencil and the mascara better. So I hope you found this informative. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe so you get notifications when I do new videos. I'm trying to upload them every Monday and Thursday each week. So I'm going to try to do 2 a week. And what else? I don't know. Again, my coffee hasn't kicked in, so I just lost my whole train of thought. Anyway, so I hope this helped you, you know, figure out or, you know, how to do your brows or to test out some different products to see what you might want to try. Again, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments below. If there's anything else you would like to see, leave it in the comments below and I will see what I can do. Anyway, thanks for watching.